The first news is coming from Stanford University. A recent study from Stanford looked at real conversation between people and AI chatbots and found something really worrying. When users shared strange, paranoid, or unrealistic ideas, the chatbot often didn't challenge them. Instead, it agreed, encouraged, and sometimes even helped to build on these ideas. Because chatbots are designed to be helpful and keep conversation going, they may give constant attention and validation without questioning harmful thoughts. This can make situation worse, especially for the people who are already struggling mentally. In one serious case, a person in the study died by suicide as their conversation with the chatbot became increasingly harmful. The researchers say main problem is that chatbots aren't built to recognize when someone is in distress or to state inappropriately. They suggest adding system that can detect dangerous situation and guide user towards real help when needed. AI shouldn't just agree with the users at the time. Sometimes it's needed to gently push back and prioritize a person's well-being. The second news is coming from OpenAI. OpenAI recently bought two small companies and it shows they are dealing with two big problems. First problem is money. Even though ChatGPT is popular, it's still not clear if OpenAI makes enough steady profit. So they are trying new ideas to earn more. Second problem is trust. Buying a media company makes people wonder if the news it publishes will stay honest or be influenced by OpenAI. At the same time, a competitor Anthropic is getting popular with developers, which puts pressure on OpenAI. OpenAI is trying to make more money, protect its reputation, and stay ahead of competition. The next news is about robots beats human at Beijing half marathon. A half marathon in Beijing just showed how fast robot technology is improving. A humanoid robot built by Honor finished the race in about 50 minutes, even faster than the human world record set by Jacob Caplimo. What's more surprising is the progress. Last year, the fastest robot took around 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's a huge improvement in just 1 year. Not all robots did it perfectly, some failed and crashed, but many were able to run on their own without human control. Robots are improving very quickly, and the pace of progress is what really stand out. The next news is coming from BMW. BMW is now adding AI features straight into their cars. They are adding Alexa Plus to their new BMW iX3. This isn't the old basic voice command system. You can now talk naturally, ask multiple things at once, and even continue same conversation later, like starting at home and finishing in your car. You don't need a subscription for basic AI features, but connecting an Amazon account unlocks extras like music, restaurant booking, and smart home control. One small issue, the assistant wakes up when you just say BMW even in normal conversation, which can get a bit annoying. In short, cars are becoming smarter, more conversational, and more connected, and other car companies are now watching closely. The next news is coming from generative AI. Generative AI is growing very fast and is now being used in many areas like business, entertainment, finance, and even government. Companies are using it to work faster, create content, and improve decision making. At the same time, it's also caused some problems. Many jobs are being affected as companies use AI to replace certain tasks, leads to layoff in the tech industry. There are also concerns about misuse like fake content, deepfakes, and AI generated documents that are hard to detect. Governments and courts are starting to step in and create rules to control this. On the positive side, AI is expected to boost innovation, productivity, and even economy if used properly. In short, generative AI is powerful and changing everything, helping businesses grow but also creating new risks that need to be managed. The next news is coming from an Fortune article. A new study found that many CEOs still aren't seeing real benefits from AI. In fact, nearly 90% of companies said AI hasn't made a noticeable difference in productivity or jobs over past few years. This doesn't mean AI is useless. This just means it hasn't fully delivered on its big promises yet. Experts says this is similar to what happened with computers decades ago. Whether the technology existed, but its real impact took time to show. One reason is that companies are still figuring out how to use AI properly. In many cases, it's used only a little or not deeply integrated into daily work. The interesting part Even though results are weak right now, most CEOs still believe AI will improve productivity in the fortune.